welcome to the Oregon Files podcast. First, our disclaimer. We are novice podcasters simply for entertainment. If we misquoted or offend, it was not on purpose to do so. Also, we're recording from my attic again, so you may hear dogs, neighbors. We have a fun episode today. We have two special guests joining us, but first, my co-host, Elliot Bowman.
Thank you so much, Mark, and Happy New Year's to everyone. Hope everyone's having a good start to the old 2024. Like Mark said, we do have a couple of, one's a reoccurring guest. The other one, Kyle, we interviewed a couple of years ago, I think, by now. And this is a fun topic for us because movies is always good stuff to cover. So before we jump into it, I would like to say hello to our friends at Two Shy Brewery. Appreciate their support and their partnership. And if you like good beer, even on a cold, drizzly day, go check out Two Shy. They always have a good rotating food trucks, inside place to sit and eat. Outside, they have the heaters going on. And if you want to see what they have, check out their Instagram. And again, I appreciate everyone's support going into the new year. And Mark and I will keep updating as things come along. And we're hoping to get a website up this year and some more fun, interesting guests to talk to. So
That's right. Merchandise is rolling out. We got some hoodies now and some T-shirts. We're fancy like that. Our other sponsor, Video Games Plus and Level Up Frozen Yogurt. They're open 7 days a week off Stevens in Roseburg, Oregon. Level Up Frozen Yogurt has new flavors every month. Some are dairy-free and over 50 toppings, including fresh fruit.
Is that true, Kyle? Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I was going to call out Kyle, too. Like, what else did we want to say in the ad for your business?
Sell it.
Yeah. Oh, man. The Video Games Plus side has all kinds of stuff, guys. There's disc golf there. There's they now have pinball machines, so really cool pinball machines.
Yeah, it's loud in there now.
I like it. It's cool. It's
pinball.
Pinball's a thing again. I love it. But yeah, Video Games Plus, Love Up Frozen Yogurt. You have to go there. So our two guests today, one, of course, Kyle Kipperman, who's been on the podcast one time before, is joining us today. And then, of course, my brother, once again, Dave Layton, is here.
Yeah.
So today's topics, guys, we're going to discuss first movies made in Oregon. And we'll go through that list. And then I think we all have our own list of our top 5 or so. Maybe some fun facts, things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how much we have in common with movies. What movies may surprise each other. I have a feeling Dave, I feel like I can read Dave a little bit. Kyle, he might be a little hard to read what his favorite movie is.
Yeah, I don't think Kyle watches movies.
I'm a simpleton.
You're a simpleton.
Yeah, I watch everything, no matter I check the Rotten Tomatoes score. If it's above 25 audience, I'm in.
Wow, above 25. Wow.
The wife hates it.
Man.
That's hilarious.
I like
I don't
that.
even show her. I'm like, oh yeah, it's good. And then we watch it. In the middle, she's like, what are we even watching?
Real? So do you don't ever turn it off? This is awful. You'll just chug through it.
Times
Yeah.
ever, but
Really?
I watch everything.
Well, I should ask that question. What's the worst movie you ever saw then?
Worst movie I ever saw. That's such a hard one. I don't hate movies. My wife would be good for this one. She hates the stuff we watch.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I couldn't even tell you a
I
bad
know.
one.
Yeah. I've seen some bad ones.
Yeah. Zodiac Killer was awful.
Isn't that a long one too,
That
wasn't
was
it?
terrible.
There was one that everybody liked according to Rotten Tomatoes. It was called The Color Out of Space. It was Nick Cage. It was like an old Lovecraft kind of story. But it gave me and my wife just headaches just watching it because it was just cosmic horror, kind of what's going on?
Oh, I hate ones like that.
Just mutilated people and stuff, and I don't know.
I didn't care for Midsommar. I don't know if you guys saw the horror
I
movie
haven't seen that
Midsommar.
one. No.
Don't get me wrong, it's well made, but it's the music they play in it purposely to give you a headache as you watch it. So it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a hard time with that one. Dave,
Battlefield Earth just sticks out as one of the worst movies, and it sucks because it has so many good actors in it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, John Travolta, Forrest Whitaker, and it just so bad.
It's not good.
That was a bad one. That was a very
one I turned off recently, and I just because I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, I gave it an attempt. The 2016 Paul Feig one with the female cast.
You finally did it.
I gave it 20 minutes.
Really?
And I turned it
20
off.
minutes? It's not even enough time to build up anything.
It was so bad. It's
Personally offended.
It's so bad. And anyone who likes that movie that's a Ghostbusters fan should not be a Ghostbusters fan.
Dave's campaigning for a disclosure to be put in front of that movie.
It's not good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing
all right.
against the actresses,
Yeah, that's all right.
but it's not a Ghostbusters movie. It's not.
I thought Chris Hemsworth was the best part of that movie.
Didn't even get there.
Wow.
Didn't
You
get
didn't
to-
make it to Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
No
You
love for
make it
Thor.
there.
What if Bill Murray made a cameo?
He did.
He is in it.
He's in it?
Yeah, him
I
and
watched it.
So I think the whole
Yeah,
cast.
the whole cast makes a cameo.
they're all, but they're not themselves. It's like a totally different version of Ghostbusters, but it's just not good. It's the best way I could describe it. I knew going into it, I was like, yeah, this is gonna hold up, and it does. Is like all the other Ghost movies are like science fiction movies with comedy laid in, but this is a comedy with some science fiction laid in, and it's just the complete opposite, and it just does not play out right.
This is the whole episode. Dave hating Ghostbusters.
Yeah, this is going to be it. So let's get to maybe some of the films shot in Oregon. Now, this was, I thought, going to be a very short list.
I looked it up earlier. It's a long freaking
It's
list.
a long list. I'm on, of course, the ever accurate website, wikipedia.com.
Well, and they break it down into sections too of Oregon.
So the U.S. state of Oregon has been a popular shooting location for filmmakers due to its wide range of landscapes, as well as proximity to California. The first documented commercial film made in Oregon was a short silent film titled The Fisherman's Bride. It was shot in Astoria. It was released in 1909.
Silent film? It's probably a silent film,
It's
right?
gotta be a silent
1909?
film, yeah.
I gotta imagine probably silent film. Do you think when silent films came out, when people watched them, they really wanted to know what people were saying?
Well, they had the lines,
subtitles,
I think, right? They
right?
had
Yeah,
like
the
sometimes they had
subtitles,
Or do you think they were like, God, I really want to hear what their
Some people were
voice
like,
is?
who would want to hear an actor talk?
Right?
That was an argument too. Yeah.
That's funny because it's like someone had like a real bad voice when they went to like talkies. They call it going to talkies, and the guy's voice was terrible.
Oh,
Like poor like Charlie Chaplin or something. Like he goes, "Oh, you'll never
Sounds
make it in
like-
talkies."
Gilbert Gottfried or
That's what they really
Let's just stick to this.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yes. Okay, let's see. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey had some scenes filmed in Joseph, Oregon.
see, that was filmed in Oregon. I didn't know
There's
that.
some ones that surprised me here.
Is that that's the first one?
No, that was in 1993. No,
Oh.
there's some early. I'm just going through the list of ones I think people would know because there's some weird.
I say like
movies.
River Wild.
Yeah,
The
that was
River
filmed-
Wild?
Yeah.
A lot was filmed here.
8 seconds. The one, okay, there is one movie I keep wanting to find. This will be, anybody can find this. You can't find it anywhere. It's called Sammyville. It is based on a true story of a kid that gets killed in a small town, Sammyville, Oregon, gets killed in a small town, and the whole town tries to cover it up. So when the FBI shows up, they're like, "Hey, there's a kid that murdered here." Like, we don't know what kid you're talking about. So it was a made-for-TV movie in 1998, filmed in La Grande, Oregon, based off a real city in Oregon. And when you read about it, the town tries to deny any involvement with it. It's one of those
Weird.
movies I want to see. There's, of course, let's see, what other movies you guys know off the top of your head? Of course, The Goonies is probably the biggest one.
Astoria, yeah, Goonies,
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky.
That's another one.
Yes, and that was local too. That was local to Douglas County.
Yeah.
They did a lot of that in
Clyde,
there was Glide and Oakland. They
Oakland.
filmed a lot of it in Oakland too.
Which is not a good movie.
It wasn't bad.
It was the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. So I was 12 when I watched it.
Oh my
So I had to
God.
look down and not just
Super
not watch
creepy.
Like 5 minutes of it.
If you're young enough, I can see it being
Boy.
scary, but
It was creepy.
Oh my gosh, when that came out, that was
Yeah.
scary as hell.
I didn't watch it till later, so I
Yeah.
didn't.
You're like, what is this? I'm watching Ghostbusters, the
Oh,
chicken
wow.
version.
Yeah.
How
Animal House.
Animal House is
I mean,
another great
I
one.
think that's got to be one of the most well-known ones in Oregon.
Yes.
right?
Animal House is in Oregon?
And get this, the whole downtown parade scene was filmed in Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove had a lot of movies.
Wow. Okay.
The General with Buster Keaton was filmed in Cottage Grove. The whole the famous train crashing scene.
Isn't there a mural like of
Yeah.
that there too? Yeah.
How the West Was Won was filmed in Grants Pass. That's an old movie. 5 Easy Pieces was filmed in Eugene, Oregon. Oh, I've seen this one called Emperor of the North. This was filmed in 1973 in Cottage Grove. It's an American adventure movie with Lee Marvin and Keith Carradine, and it's about hobos fighting on trains. Because
That sounds great.
it was actually pretty good. Because it's like that was the whole time the hobos were using trains to get around.
Fight Club.
Fight Club on trains.
Yeah.
Emperor of the North. Rooster Cogburn was filmed in Grants Pass. That's the John Wayne movie. Katharine Hepburn. It was a
Yeah, they use the like the gorge, or not the gorge, but it's like some part of the rogue. It's like a there's like a jet boat excursion down there.
Hell's Canyon.
And yeah, Hell's Canyon.
There
Thank
you go.
Yeah, there's a big scene in it.
You a John Wayne fan? You like John Wayne?
I was raised on John Wayne, so I
Yeah.
do have a special place in my heart for some of his movies.
John Wayne fan, Dave.
He's good. Is it the Cowboys where he like takes in a bunch of kids, like fosters a bunch of kids, but it was like one of the greatest John Wayne movies. Like if you watch, like, I think it still holds up to today. It's just so good.
The original True Grit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jeff Bridges one. I
Yeah.
like the casting of that one, but honestly, the original True Grit with John
That
Wayne
was a
was
good one.
really good.
Right.
He had a lot of good ones. Stand By Me is another big one filmed in Oregon.
Classic.
Oh yeah.
Stephen King novel.
Yes. The one that surprised me, what was the one I was really surprised? Like, what do you mean it was filmed in Oregon? Oh, Batman Forever has scenes that was filmed in Oregon, a little town in Oregon.
Where? Did it say?
Yes, it did. I'm going to find it where it is. Because I was like, that's what I said too. I'm like, where?
Which one was Batman Forever?
That was the one with
Riddler and Jim Carrey. And,
Okay.
Yes. Tommy Lee Jones
Tommy Lee
as-
Jones.
I can't keep up with.
Oh, Short Circuit was filmed in Oregon too.
Oh, right. Yeah. Steve
Yeah.
Gutenberg.
Johnny Five is alive.
I made a little Lego thing of Johnny Five. I was very excited about it.
Those are great movies.
That's a great movie. That one needs
There's a
third
few.
one,
There's
part 3.
Yeah.
Or just a remake, even. I think they
Right.
could do a remake.
Yeah.
I think it'd
Yeah.
be just fine.
Because there's a whole AI thing sub story you can do
I
with it
know.
now. Come
Yeah.
on now, it writes itself. Writes
Goes
itself.
on a murdering spree.
Right. Johnny Five's alive, but you're not. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you're not.
Let's see
They're
here.
doing that with like the Pooh Bear movie.
Oh my gosh, and
Steamboat
Minnie.
Mickey's
Steamboat
gonna get,
Mickey,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, Mickey, yeah.
I don't know if I can watch those. I get that.
And they turned it into a horror game now, too.
Yes.
I just don't have any interest, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah, the blood and honey.
yeah.
Like, what
Yes,
is
yeah.
this?
What a terrible. Oh, Kindergarten Cop was filmed in Oregon.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of these I didn't know about.
Free
The
Willy.
Shining.
The Shining. The Shining was a big one here too.
Yep,
Mr. Holland's Opus was filmed
Yeah.
in Portland.
yep.
Where'd they do The Shining?
The Shining
Was in-
was
Up
Crater
in
Lake, wasn't it?
No, Mount Hood.
That's right.
The
yeah.
Timberland Lodge, or
Yeah.
the Overlook Lodge, whatever it's called.
Batman Forever scenes were filmed in Corbett, Corbett, Oregon.
It's like the one town I've never heard of in Oregon,
I
basically.
look, it's like
Small-
right
probably
on
small
the, yeah,
town.
it's up by the Washington-Oregon border central. It's
Oh,
like,
okay.
it's, yeah. And I went and looked at the
It's not right off the I-5, is what you're saying.
No. I don't think, yeah. I think this is the first time Corbett's ever been mentioned in a podcast. It's so small when I looked at it, I'm like, let's see here.
I wonder if they have to pay little towns like that to film in it.
You know, I was wondering too, because you usually have to like filming licenses or things like that. But I bet if you just film something real quick and no one knows.
Yeah, you show up
we
with a
just think
film
It's
crew
just
for a day.
cheaper to go to out of California, right? Like,
Yeah.
That's why they'll go film in weird places.
Because
Georgia-
Georgia's probably already have licenses like set up to like just film whenever they want.
I heard Georgia was the cheapest state to film because they did tax
Right.
breaks. Yeah, that's why you see a lot of things made in Georgia. Pay It Forward. With,
Okay, Mel
of
Gibson.
course, no, the one with Kevin Spacey, but just
Oh,
as
Kevin
controversial.
Spacey.
Just as controversial actor, but
I was thinking Mel Gibson.
I like Pay It Forward, but now I can't like Kevin Spacey anymore.
Now I can't like him.
That's what he did. Double,
What if they
You can like
cast a
them.
whole movie with like Mel Gibson, Kevin
Him
Spacey,
Spacey.
right, all the really offensive people.
whoever got
Bill-
canceled?
Bill Cosby.
Just throw them all in the same movie.
Oh yeah, it's like a Bill Cosby. Oh man, so it's really offensive.
Make it really heartwarming, like a rom com.
Call the movie called How.
A Hallmark movie.
Yes,
I'd watch it. I'd have to.
Oh my gosh.
that's funny. AI, artificial intelligence, the one with the one the guy died making it, or when he was making it. It was in film Gresham. That was the one with Haley Joel Osment, wasn't it? And
Will Smith?
no. AI was
Gosh,
That's
I mean, also-
iRobot.
Oh,
That's what you're
iRobot,
thinking of,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a Steven Spielberg movie, I think.
yeah. At the end, he took it over from Kubrick because Kubrick died.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
and
That's
it's in-
right. I
and
love
it-
Steven
which is funny because if you've seen the movie, it takes such a sharp turn at the end.
Yeah.
Where the kid's alive,
That was
the
a
robot
long
kid's
movie.
alive for like 200
Spoiler
years.
alert.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm spoiling it. Then aliens show up at the end to talk to this kid that was a robot. Then
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
That was a weird. Yeah.
You can tell when Spielberg walked in and goes, I think this movie needs aliens.
Right.
The Ring was some in the Columbia River Gorge.
I watched that recently. Again, with my teenage daughter who's now in the creepy movies.
Oh, is she? Did she like it?
Yeah, she liked it.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good.
She wants me to watch. Have you seen Talk to Me? With the hand and the kids are like.
Oh, they're holding
it's
the
like-
hands, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she really
that looks
wants me to
creepy. That looks creepy. That's the same guy who did something else that was just as creepy. Is it an A24 film or something?
A24,
Oh,
yeah.
man, those movies.
No, thank you.
Right? I don't like things that make me feel uncomfortable, right? Just uneasy.
Right.
Mr. Brooks was filmed in Portland. That was the Kevin Costner one where he's a killer. I didn't watch it.
I was like, who? Mr. Brooks?
Twilight wasn't there a big Oregon one?
Was it filmed? I thought it just took place in Oregon.
No,
it was actually
Estacada,
filmed.
Portland,
Okay.
St. Helens. It was all over filmed in Oregon. Just the first Twilight. The ones
Yeah.
I think they moved away. Coraline was made in Oregon, but that was at the Hillsborough Animation Studio.
I'm like, how could that be made in Oregon?
All right, yeah, on scene.
At a school.
Love it. I did see Green Room. I don't know if you guys saw that one. That was
Jodie Foster?
No, Green Room was the one with Patrick Stewart, and it was kind of a scarier movie. It's 2015 horror thriller where these guys are a band and they get called to perform. It's one of Anton Yelchin's last movies. And they go perform for this group, but they didn't realize it was for a bunch of white supremacists. And so,
Plot twist.
and they're not right. So like, it was a misunderstanding between like their band name. And so they get there and realize these people are racist. So then they get like, these guys aren't going to let them leave because they don't want to know that they're like killing people on the back. And
What in
it was a good
Crazy.
film.
That's a-
Anton Yelchin did really good in it.
interesting plot?
Very interesting plot.
Kyle's looking it up.
Yeah, I've never heard of it somehow.
You talk about
Left
Nicolas Cage. There's a movie called Pig. That was
I watched that.
The
Did
one
you
with the
see it?
mushroom? No, it's like, does he have a prize pig and gets kidnapped or something?
He has a truffle pig that gets kidnapped by a bunch of hillbillies and then sold to like a chef in the Portland area, and then he just goes on like a hunt to find his pig. I don't want to spoil for anyone, but his pig ends up dead at the end, and he ends up.
Okay, so no lady was feeding the pig other humans, right? I just want to make sure no
it was a
correlation
truffle.
there.
He used to be a chef.
Just
He quit like the chef scene. And he ends up being like a truffle farmer with this. Apparently, pigs can find truffles. I don't know.
Yeah, they can sniff them out.
Yeah.
They know the smell of them.
It was actually a really good movie.
I kind of want a truffle pig now. That's just something cool on a resume. You know, like, what do you have in your life? Like a truffle pig and get it
Yeah.
insured.
Get it insured. That's
Probably should have.
Did you know that The Postman with Kevin Costner, there's some scenes filmed in Oregon, Central Oregon? I kind of like that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Right, thank you.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
I was I know I've watched it. But
Yeah.
it's been so long.
Yeah, 1997 was that one.
Costner was Waterworld,
Seems
right?
like Waterworld.
Yeah, it was right after
I
Waterworld.
already hated Waterworld, but it's fine. I don't know.
Waterworld's great.
I like
Wow.
Waterworld.
Yeah.
It's an entertaining story.
Pop
Like,
quiz of Waterworld. Who makes their first on-screen appearance in Waterworld? Becomes a big actor.
No idea.
Jack Black. His
Really?
first role is of the pilot who's attacking the atoll in Waterworld. He's only in it for literally 10 seconds.
See, now I gotta watch the movie again just to
see Jack Black?
What was that,
I
like
know-
94?
Yeah.
90?
I think it was 96 because Postman was right after it. And Postman was 97. I liked Waterworld
Jack
too.
Black was probably like 18 years old.
Right? Oh yeah, he was young in it for sure. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then a
Yeah.
big one filmed in Oregon.
Yeah.
Got a lot of big movies filmed here.
Let's see. Here's one that's a fun one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze had some shots filmed in Astoria.
Classic.
Fantastic.
Classic.
Right?
Do you see the new one? Is it animated?
The
The animated
one?
one Seth
Yeah.
Rogen did.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I
Is
like
that
it.
right? I
Yeah.
haven't seen it.
I
yet.
like the fact that they're actually teenagers in it.
Yes.
It's like the first time I've ever seen a turtle, like Teenage Mutant
They're
Ninja Turtles, they're actually teenagers,
teenagers.
and it's like, okay, this is good.
I've been flirting watching it to watch it.
It was it's definitely a love note to the fans. Like if you knew some of the side characters and stuff, like that was the part I think I liked the most was
Bebop.
all the other side characters in there. Some really obscure characters. That was cool. But yeah, those are some of the best ones filmed in Oregon. All right, so now should we move on to our list?
Do it.
Oh no, should we do Kyle? You have some trivia first?
Sure. Want to do that first?
Yes, I'm excited about this.
Exciting.
Get my paper out here. Let's see. All right, I compiled a list of DVDs we've sold over the last 20 years. So it's like the count of each one.
Okay.
How many we've sold.
Okay,
Try to guess some of the top 10.
top 10 most sold DVDs.
sold. So
Video
DVDs.
Games Plus.
I feel like
Really
I have,
good.
an advantage because I did
Yeah.
work at the
Yeah.
store a while ago.
Does
Two of the
Blu-rays
three of
count
you.
too?
I got Blu-rays on a separate list. but
Okay.
they're a lot
That's what I want.
lower. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So DVDs.
most sold copies, right?
Most sold is we've sold 895 of them.
Is number one.
Is number one.
895 copies
Yeah.
of one movie.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Is that how recent is that?
that's over 20 years, so
Okay.
it could be at any point.
I have a guess.
I'm thinking. I think it's got to be some sort of Disney movie.
So that's a good guess. Okay, the only insight I have is I know what the most requested movie was. For some reason, everybody wanted
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus and Hide and
Only
Seek.
during Halloween time, and we never had it.
I love when people come in during the holiday time and expect you to have every single holiday movie.
Before streaming.
I know that. Okay, so a lot of people know this behind the scenes at VGP. When you took in Blu-rays or DVDs or video games that were discs, there's two big units to clean them to get any scratches off. Right. Mm-hmm. High praise to VGP for making sure people got good discs. Right. Mm-hmm. So when I was back there and I worked at VGP, I got to run that machine and clean a lot of discs. The number one movie I saw on a daily basis was Larry the Cable Guy's Body Inspector or whatever it was,
The health inspector.
The health inspector, wherever it was a Larry the Cable Guy movie, and I swear
Not on the list.
that thing got returned so many times.
It was the same copy over and over.
Yeah, it was the same one.
They're like, why did I buy this? And sell it back.
Same guy who keeps forgetting
Yeah.
about amnesia.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say I'll throw out Little Mermaid.
I'm not looking at the list,
Yeah.
even though I'm leaning away
Yeah.
from it.
No?
I want to say Lord of the Rings, and I believe it's I swear Return of the King. I saw it so many times.
Wow.
That's number 2.
Number
Wow,
two,
number
good.
two.
I did work there for like 10 years.
Is Titanic on that?
I got the top 20 here just in case you're slightly off the list. I do not see Titanic.
Avatar,
Well, that's a good number one guess.
Which Avatar?
the first one.
Well, okay, the live action, the James Cameron.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
not the anime.
It's our second most sold Blu-ray.
Okay.
Really, Avatar? Okay. What's number one then DVD?
Hold on. Let me. I think I have another
Yeah.
guess.
Dave
Okay.
will probably get it.
I feel like it's probably another Lord of the Rings. It's probably Fellowship of the Ring.
That's number 4.
Interesting.
Well, the other one's Two Towers. That's got to be up there. as well.
That's number 1.
Is that
Okay.
number one?
Two
Okay.
Towers is number one.
So Lord of the Rings is top 3 or top?
3 of the top 4 is Lord of the
I'm
Rings.
so happy to hear that.
I was
There's
saying, I
some
know I've
respect
seen
in
it
this
so
town.
many times there.
So
Many
the Two
respect for this town.
Towers, 983 times. Is that what you said?
800 and something.
Wait.
895 times.
885
Oh
times.
my gosh.
I am blown away.
It had a maroon case.
That's interesting.
Wow. Wow. So that's the first. What's the 1 and 2? What's number 3 then?
Number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean. The first
Really?
Oh yeah.
Curse of the
yeah.
Black Pearl.
People love that Johnny
one.
Depp.
Number 5, Spider-Man. 6, Dark Knight. 7, 300. 8, Matrix Reloaded.
Okay.
There's another question about that movie down next too. 9, Batman Begins. 10, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
Fair.
Yeah.
This plays out
Those
like
all sound
Somehow,
great.
somehow, number 12 is Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Why not? Wait, and
There's
those
a
are.
lot of Vin Diesel fans
Here's the deal.
in there.
It wasn't a bad movie, guys.
I never watched it.
It's.
I never watched it. Vin Diesel.
I love it. I love Vin Diesel.
I like Vin Diesel stuff. But
I like Triple X. I thought it was fun. It's a fun watch.
It's a fun watch.
It's
Did you watch
he-
the sequels though? I never watched any sequels.
So I watched the one with I think it's
Course
LL Cool J.
sequels.
Or no,
It was
not-
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. One of the he's the same guy basically.
LL Cool J, Ice Cube. It's still cool people.
They have the same roles.
Right.
But the second one was not good. And then I haven't seen I think it's Return of Xander Cage or whatever.
Yeah,
I've never gotten.
Those
to
were
it.
DVDs, you said?
yeah, those are
DVDs.
DVDs.
That makes sense. The age.
Blu-ray, top Blu-ray is Dark Knight.
Okay.
Blu-ray's not interesting.
Do you still sell
Yeah,
VHSs?
We haven't done that in, man, we did for the first year. We had
Yeah.
a little bargain bin of them.
Yeah.
They were worth $1 or $2 back then.
Yeah.
They're still worth $1 or $2. It's weird. Maybe they're coming back around a little because somebody got thrown out.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody
It's
cleans out a shed somewhere and they're like VHS.
Yeah.
If you give something 30 years, it's vintage.
Is that what it
collectible,
is?
So
So
if you're willing to
I'm vintage now.
hoard stuff for that long, it'll be worth
Right.
money again.
Yeah.
Second quiz question: who can do the best Vin Diesel impression?
Go ahead, Mark.
Whoa.
Vin Diesel.
Okay.
I don't know. I
if
don't
can
watch
do Vin
enough Vin Diesel to even know what
Diesel. Here's my Vin Diesel.
is it Groot?
You took my line. I am Groot. There you go.
I'm Groot. Dave's thinking about
Um,
it. He's,
I don't think
he's
I can
leaned
do a Vin
back.
Diesel.
Can you do? You just gotta say something like, because we're family.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like, doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. Something
perfect.
yeah. See, that's perfect. That's from the movie. Kyle, what's your Vin Diesel?
I can't do one.
I feel like I could do Arnold better.
The things I'm about to do for my country. It's a Triple X thing, right?
Yes,
I
the
like
Triple
it.
X.
I'm
yes,
convinced.
It's been a while.
See, so good, so good.
His voice is too deep.
It is so deep. I'm surprised that like Star Wars isn't up there on that list.
Oh, let me see.
Well, those just
Because-
get kept when people buy them.
Yeah,
It's also
Yeah.
like,
That's true, huh?
yeah, it is weird. Like, you don't see it as much.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess people do hold on to
maybe
those.
people just keep them.
Yeah, they keep
Right.
the Star Wars because
But
they show
like
the
Lord of
kids
the
that.
Rings,
That's
everybody
fine.
bought that, and then everybody like bought it again when it was extended. Also, maybe they sold the originals.
That's probably
Instead of
what it
the
was.
extended.
That makes sense.
I got the extended at my house. I don't even really collect
Yeah.
DVDs. All right, this one's related to Matrix Reloaded. How many did we have in stock at one time?
Oh, there was so many. I'm gonna
This is
say
before we had caps.
Is
on
it is
stuff.
it like the most you've ever had in stock at one time?
Yeah.
like 40.
Really?
I'm gonna say 40.
What's your guess?
I'll say 56.
That's a good guess.
I'm gonna say it's in triple digit.
Whoa!
Really?
I think it's gonna probably be around 120.
And Matrix Reloaded was the second one, right?
Yeah.
But it had like the sweetest freeway scene. Like, come on,
Right.
it was a great
good.
movie.
86.
Oh,
yeah, 86
86.
in stock at
Close out going over.
the end of 2006.
Wow.
Did you watch the newest one that
I
came out a
did.
couple years ago? Was it
Yeah.
a couple years ago?
It was not good.
It was terrible.
I like some
Don't
of it.
say that.
I like some of it.
I wanted to like it so much.
It was
I want to like it
awful.
more, but I don't know what was going on with it. It's like
It's like
it's Matrix already was.
if I was like
changed-
primed for it,
Yeah.
like, all right, this is not going to be
right.
like any kind of Matrix thing.
Yeah.
it was not
They just
good.
changed all of what happened in the original three.
That's
They're just
what it
like
was, yeah.
let's just make another Matrix movie, but change everything, and then like talk about it. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, you can't jump the shark in a movie that already jumped the shark. You know what I
Yeah.
Did
mean?
not
yeah.
need to be redone.
Yeah,
It was funny. Like, it's weird that it's funny.
yeah, it was too much humor.
Like, I don't know if I need funny in the Matrix.
Yeah, but Keanu Reeves was
I
good.
like
I
dark
just
funny.
watched John Wick 4 yesterday.
How was that?
I loved it.
So
Was it good?
I gotta
the
watch
Jo-
the fourth.
So good.
I feel
man.
like the John Wick movies, they're like
They're consistent.
they're consistent
They're
and
so
they're
good.
they just I think they just try to up themselves by killing more people in each
Oh,
one, which
yeah,
is fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and the actor from Rogue One, the blind guy,
Yes,
he's in it too, and he plays another assassin. Oh
Yeah,
my god!
Donnie Wynn. Donnie Wynn?
Donnie
Not-
Wynn. I don't know.
Not sure, but he is so good in it.
I thought it was Danny, but it might
The
be
whole time
Donnie.
I'm watching, I'm like, he looks so familiar. I'm like, what other actor would be blind? I was like, the dude's from Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's like, no wonder he's a Jedi. That's why he's a good assassin.
was it the second or third John Wick where there was that great extended scene with Halle Berry and the dogs?
I
they
think
did
that's the
That's the third one.
That
Yeah.
was- that I don't know why that scene impressed me so much.
Yeah.
The dogs just
yeah.
because there's explosions going around. Those dogs are like on point. I'm like I couldn't care less about the actors, but the dogs.
Well, there's
I
a
was
good dog in the
thrilled.
fourth one too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it wasn't like CG dogs. Those were like real trained dogs.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Props to Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, a lot of movies filmed in Oregon too. My Own Private Idaho. There's a couple scenes in Point Break filmed on the coast too.
I feel like Keanu Reeves would be really cool to hang out with.
Oh, absolutely. The guy's just cool.
Down to earth still. Like,
Yeah,
even
he
with
just
all
seems
his
like he'd be
pain, he's
totally
still
chill.
He's
Right.
just him.
Be like, have a bagel with him or something, just like hang out.
Yeah.
Like, you like cream cheese, Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
So cool.
All right, another question.
Yes.
What year did Blu-ray sales overtake DVD?
Oh, that's a great question.
2007 is my guess.
I gotta say, it's earlier than that, right?
Overtake. I
Yeah.
think Blu-ray like came out in 2007 or something.
Oh, did it come
Oh,
out?
so I was way too shy then.
Overtake? 2011.
That's a good one. Blu-ray sales
I think it's over 10 years
DVD.
now. God, I feel old.
I that's why
I feel so old right now.
I'm
2012?
gonna say like
I'm sick of 2007.
I'm sticking with the original.
2020.
Wow.
All right, kind of a trick question. Still hasn't.
What?
Half of DVD sales still.
Really?
I'm
And we're
blown
phasing
away.
out DVD now too.
Really?
Did you see that Best Buy and Walmart are getting rid of DVDs and Blu-rays?
Really?
Yeah.
And Blu-rays?
Yes.
There's the Best Buy nearest is the sections are dwindling. It feels like on a weekly basis.
What a crazy time.
It's
to
because
be alive.
everything's streaming?
Everything's streaming, man. Wild.
It's true. It's...
Moving into the future, we are.
Right?
Oh, the last Blockbuster is in Bend, in Oregon.
That's right. I've not been,
I
but
haven't either.
I watched a documentary about it.
Yeah.
They're
Just
barely,
made me
I
think
think
of
they're
it.
barely hanging on still.
Are they really?
I feel like that. Like it's like one of those. It's like cool to like it, but at the same time, like I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy memorabilia.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Or go
That's-
rent a
yeah,
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you have to return a movie after renting it? It's the worst,
Stupid
worst concept I ever
right?
heard. Yeah.
All right, what year was peak DVD sales?
Oh man.
It's not going up anymore.
I'm going 2007 again. I feel like that's the year.
I'm gonna go like
Yeah.
2017.
I'll go right in the middle. 2011.
It's 2011.
Wow, look at that. Dude, you need to go on Price is Right.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
a good pod, but here's the graph.
Wow.
That's definitely up and then back down.
Boy, that drop. Look at that.
Man, that's
that,
It's
amazing.
like it's a big hump.
that 2020 drop is rough.
And look at 2002.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Man. Crazy. I love the graph.
Yeah. Just
I'll take a picture of that.
You should
Put it
take
on-
a picture
yeah,
of
Yeah,
it.
I'll take a picture of that. Put it on the podcast on the Facebook page.
I say you can see when I got hired is when the sales jumped quite a bit.
There you go.
yeah, so
Dave's selling it.
the peak year we were selling about 110, 111 a day, I think I remember.
Really? Do video game sales outpace like DVD and Blu-ray sales? Or do you sell more movies than you do video games?
Boy.
That's a good
Right
question.
now it's more games.
Yeah.
Back then it's probably more movies.
Right. Probably be
Lower margin on them.
and the
Or-
yeah, maybe like the
Right.
amount of like the consoles too. I don't know. It depends on what they were pumping out too. Or
Well, Harvard VGP does, you do new games and used games, but you didn't do new consoles, you did used consoles.
yeah.
yeah,
And
we
so you
rarely
get-
do new ones, but
yeah.
sometimes we have
But I
new
mean,
ones.
like even like back then, even like PlayStation, what 3 or 2 or 3? I don't know how often.
There's always a
game-
wait list for a lot of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, now we got to expand into other weird items like stuffed animals and I don't know, pinball, disc golf, just to like, make up the gap.
Oh,
Okay, I think this is
Yes.
my last one. What movie or movies are you crazy for not ever watching? When you say, "Oh, I haven't seen such and such," and people are like, "What? You haven't seen?"
this is like the Shawshank Redemption for Dave, huh?
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yes, you have. After years of
I
product.
forced
Oh my
I
gosh.
forced myself to watch it. It was all right. I don't know.
that?
I don't think it's like the best movie ever made.
It is
but
literally on IMDb's best movie ever.
I don't
made.
think it
Number
is.
one.
It's
That's a tough question.
It is a
I've
tough question.
somehow never seen Jaws.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
How about you? Is there one you haven't seen?
Come back to me.
There's probably a lot of, there's
Think
like a
about
lot of old '80s movies. I think I still haven't watched. '80s, '70s, '80s.
I don't think I've ever
there-
watched The Breakfast Club, but I know of
You
it.
never watched The Breakfast
I've
Club?
never seen it either.
What?
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
What? You
I
have
think
never
a lot
seen
of
The Breakfast Club?
I think a lot of
That's
the
a
early
co-
John Hughes stuff I haven't watched at all.
Yeah.
Y'all are what? You
I
need
was-
to, today. You need to watch The Breakfast Club.
Stop the podcast. We're
Have you
watching
never
movie.
seen The Breakfast Club? That is
I
classic.
I'm crazy for not watching.
John, Amelia Molly Ringwald.
I heard good things. I heard good
Man,
things.
have you guys seen 16 Candles?
I have
Man,
because
guys.
my wife she watches it every now and then, and I'll sit through it.
Yeah. It's a great
I've
one.
seen it. It's all right. I don't know. The John Hughes flicks don't. Some of them don't appeal to me.
Yeah,
Like,
I can understand that.
but so it's like I don't think I've like. I mean, much like Mark.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I've never.
Are those movies
Breakfast
do you
Club
like?
is-
Do you age out of liking it? You think?
That's probably what it is. I've had to have because I was doing our list for today for our top 5 movies. There's movies I put on there. I'm like, I haven't watched that movie in like 10 years. I don't think I like it anymore. Things like that.
It's hard to
Like, I
nail
didn't watch The
down.
Goonies till I was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish I was like 14 when I
Right.
watched this.
there's like other movies like was it Legend with Tom Cruise, like old school.
yes.
I think it's a terrible movie. I never watched it. We never like. I don't think
We didn't
I
watch it
never
growing up, yeah.
didn't watch it growing
Wasn't
up.
Tim
so it
Curry
didn't-
the devil or something like that?
Yeah, Tim Curry, I think was the devil in it
Yeah,
or something
he
like
was
that.
good.
I don't know. But like I tried sitting down and watching it, like this movie's not good. It's like one of those ones you have to watch when you're a kid and then you
Yeah.
like you can sit down and watch it. I think the same's with Labyrinth.
Oh.
I think there's some people
Bowie.
that sit down like this movie is not good. And
Yeah.
it's like I think the movie's fantastic.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's a weird one.
They made a pinball machine for it like this year or last year.
You gotta
It
get
was
it,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
I sure Dance Magic Jance was the song. Was yeah.
David Bowie.
David Bowie, man, the Goblin King. That's a Jennifer Connelly film. How funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good questions, Kyle. I like it.
Yes.
All
I was
right.
trying to think of what other movie I've
Mine
There's
are
definitely some in there.
Yeah, what was-
I hate to admit this. I have watched the first Indiana Jones, which I think is which one's the first one? It's
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I've watched that one.
Stress Mark out.
It was all right. I didn't care for it that much, so I have not.
Triggering.
But
right,
like
Mark.
the thing is, my
Mark
first Indiana
loves
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
I think it was ruined for me because my first one was a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is a terrible movie. And so
Start with that one, you weirdo.
that's what I was the first one I ever
You
watched.
need a moment?
and it was bad.
I'm blown away. I don't know how to relate it.
I think
Disappointed
I
in
think
your
we're not
brother.
going to be brothers after this. I don't
I'm
know.
taking applications for new brothers.
Yeah.
Divided by Indiana
Wow.
Jones.
I even like the
it-
newest one. The
I-
one that came
I-
out in the summer.
I
I
haven't
haven't
seen
watched
it.
it.
I don't
I
have
haven't
interest.
watched it yet.
It
I'm
was,
sorry, Mark.
It
I
was
haven't
good.
watched it yet.
James Mangold. I'm telling you. Did you watch it, Kyle? The newest Indiana Jones?
Nope.
I haven't watched
By
the
myself
Crystal
here.
Skull either. I just watched the first three.
Crystal Skull wasn't that bad. Please give it a shot.
Crystal Skull is a remake of Mummy Returns.
Look, and that
That's what it was.
I'm not gonna. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And the Shia LaBeouf being shoved in there was so hard for me.
Is he not good in there?
No,
He's usually good in everything, right?
No.
Lil Boof.
Have you seen Honey Boy with Shia LaBeouf?
No, I haven't
Oh
seen
I did
it.
see
my
that. That
god,
was good,
that
too.
is fantastic.
He was really good in Eagle Eye.
Oh my
That was a
gosh.
good movie.
He was great in Holes, and then I haven't seen anything since.
Holes was decent.
If you get a chance to watch Honey Boy, it's on Amazon Prime. Best Shia LaBeouf movie.
Because it was like somewhat self on.
Yeah, he directed it, or he wrote it while he was in rehab. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
fantastic!
I'll have to check it out.
Oh, it's so good.
Kyle, what was your movie that you haven't seen?
Titanic was another one. I'm just trying to think of a
no one's
list.
gonna fault you.
You know how it ends.
You know,
Right, no
I
spoilers.
mean, spoiler alert. A lot of people die.
Yeah, back then, like there were girls who would see that movie like 10
Oh,
times in the theater.
yeah.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Such DiCaprio.
Huge.
fans.
Well timed.
I don't think DiCaprio is that great of an actor. I'm gonna say it. I don't think he's that good.
Man, he's
I think
a good
he's still
actor.
going off of when he was younger, and
He's
I've liked him since What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That was
That's a good one.
That was a good one. Have you seen What's in Gilbert Grape?
I've never seen that.
That's,
I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not gonna go watch his
Buddy.
movie. It's like,
who else was in? Who put his brother in that movie? It wasn't
it's Johnny Depp.
just Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's psychological, almost sad to watch and hard.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind
like
of, it's an adult
I
movie
would-
for sure.
You ever seen The Whale, Brendan Fraser?
no, I haven't. I do want to see that though.
That's kind of like What's Eating Gilbert Grape because the mom.
Right? Yeah, man. But
I'm an hour into Killers of the Flower Moon.
I did watch.
I started watching it last night, but I'm like, it's 3.5 hours.
It's
I gotta go to
3.5
bed. Yeah, it just came on Apple TV, so I was like, I'm streaming and watching. But I mean, DiCaprio's fantastic in that already.
Yeah,
An
he
hour
is.
in, I'm like, this is why this guy's so good.
His wife owns that movie though.
Oh my gosh.
she kills in it, and Robert De Niro's a good.
Oh my god, fantastic.
Well,
Scorsese. Come
Scorsese
on.
knows what he's doing. Okay, what was the movie that you hadn't seen that you should have?
I don't. Well, I'll say, growing up, I didn't watch a lot of Star Wars.
Okay.
So I kind of got into it as like an adult.
Okay.
So I mean, for me, those were kind of movies I wished I would have watched when I was younger.
I understand that.
So
That's fair.
That's fair. Lisa, there's still any movie you haven't seen yet that
I can't think of any, because if I want to watch a movie, I'll watch it. I'll
right?
pay rent or whatever. Just
I know.
watch
I
it.
know another ones that I've never watched that people like. Why have you not watched that? Godfathers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Zero interest. Zero interest in those movies.
Okay.
I'm not a big mobster fan,
Have you-
so I just.
You seen Goodfellas?
Nope. It's not my type.
Scarface?
No.
Dave?
I haven't seen.
Okay, Dave. We
I haven't
gotta,
seen
we
it
gotta
either.
get to your list here.
He hasn't seen Scarface
I haven't
either.
seen any of the Godfathers either.
Really?
I
Have
haven't.
you seen-
Same
It's
thing.
just no interest.
Have you
No
seen
interest in
Goodfellas?
No. I watch.
Oh my gosh, man, that's
I don't watch mob guy movies.
yeah. I can understand. Did you watch Sopranos? You guys?
No,
Did you watch
I didn't get
Sopranos?
into Sopranos.
You never watched Sopranos? Sopranos, it's so freaking good. I mean, even if you don't like the mobster stuff,
It's also hilarious. It's half of a comedy.
it is James Gandolfini.
I heard
I'm
good
like,
things, but
Yeah.
no,
it's so hard to like separate. Like, this guy's actually acting. Like, he's so freaking good in that series.
he won a lot of awards for that.
25. They just celebrated 25-year anniversary.
Wow, he's that way. boy.
Edie Falco? I mean, come on. You got to watch it. I mean, to me, that's like homage because growing up in New Jersey, it's like, that's literally like I'm looking in my backyard and like, this is the guys that...
God, we never made it past Indianapolis. We've never been to the East Coast, so Dave and I are very...
The farthest...
So if Sopranos took place in Indianapolis, you watch it?
Or it would take place in Oregon, I probably would watch it.
No, I probably still wouldn't have watched it.
I probably still wouldn't watch it.
I'll be honest.
Seattle edition.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's do our top 5 movies.
Wait, I got to start with Dave here.
Yeah.
Oh, my list
Yeah.
first?
Yeah,
Okay.
So I'll do, yeah.
So
we'll do 5, 4, and we'll all take
It's
turns.
definitely
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
So you start with your 5, then we'll go Kyle's 5.
I worked a lot on this list.
Godzilla's up there,
Okay.
isn't it?
No, Godzilla's not on the list.
Wow. Okay. Number 5 first, yeah.
It's I'm going to tell you this. Of the 5, there's only one that has one movie in the 5th slot.
Okay.
The rest are like
Trilogies.
trilogy or whatever, because I can't narrow it down. So number 1 for me is Ghostbusters 1, 2, and Afterlife.
Okay.
I can watch them.
Love me some Ghostbusters.
I can watch them.
Afterlife was really good.
It's so good. I'm so excited for Frozen Empire. You have no idea.
Did you see that Annie Potts is in the newest poster?
I've seen everything.
Oh.
I know all.
Ghostbusters
You love Ghostbusters because that's what you kind of grew up with?
Yeah.
Like you started, you fell in
I
love with it early?
I have a photo on my fridge, and I think it was maybe 3 or 4, and I have the old school Ghostbusters firehouse in the background at Christmas morning.
That's it for you, right?
So
Yep.
it's
Nostalgia.
always been.
I feel like that's what a lot of the movies that you fall in love with are just at an early age. And then you just grow with it.
Yep.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah.
That's 1.
Okay.
2 is the Star Trek 2009 Into Darkness and Beyond.
The J.J. Abrams ones.
Yeah, the J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
Well, he didn't do the 3rd one.
That's right.
But
yeah.
Chris Pine?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. That
was good.
Anton Yelchin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not with us. There's so many good.
Simon
Pegg
I love
actually
Simon Pegg.
wrote
The 3rd one.
the 3rd one. And yeah, so those are good. I like them.
I do like those too.
Number 3 is, and this is like a culmination of these movies, and you go either any one of them: Aladdin, Mulan, Beauty and the Beast, and a Goofy movie. Those 4, they're all on the same level for me.
I absolutely love that.
They're all good.
I absolutely love it. Say those again.
Aladdin, Mulan, Beauty and the Beast, a Goofy movie.
I love that.
They're all right at the same time frame.
I mean, that's
1998 Disney.
childhood.
90s.
I love how the Goofy movies tossed in there.
A Goofy movie, come on, it's so good.
Yeah, that one's getting a lot
I've heard a lot
of
of people say it.
Number 4 is almost any Tom Hanks movie.
Oh, I love Tom Hanks.
I actually discussed this with my wife, and I was like, "Hey, can you think of the best Tom Hanks movie?" And she just looked at me. She's like, "I don't think that's a thing. I think it's just Tom Hanks." I was like, "Yeah,
that's hard." Did you like A Man Called Otto?
It was so good. I like and my wife doesn't listen to this, so she won't care. But one of the 2 movies I've seen her cry at. Is
Really?
that one and Saving Mr. Banks, which are both Tom Hanks movies.
Mr. Banks was a Disney one, right?
Yeah, where he plays. Yeah,
They talk about Mary
Poppins.
Poppins or whatever. But yeah, Tom Hanks just
Okay.
peak actor for me. If he was in a Ghostbusters movie, my God.
Wow. Dave, every showing.
Yeah.
Showing.
Brian people tickets.
I would quit my job and just sit and watch it over again. And then number 5, this is the one movie that I watch. I just have it on a lot. Is Yesterday.
Oh, with
the Beatles?
Yeah, it's
his
about
face?
it's about the Beatles.
Yeah.
Guy, like something happens
Who was
and
that guy
like
that- yeah.
this guy comes to find out that the Beatles apparently never existed, but he knows all the
Yes, that-
songs.
yeah.
And he's a musical artist, so
Good
he
movie.
recreates the songs, and it's just
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised. I love that that's on your list.
it's such a good movie.
Hit cast. I'm telling you what.
It has the
Mitch Patel.
So
Yeah.
did you watch the series Station 11?
No,
It
I've
has
heard of
that guy in it.
Yeah.
Mitch Patel. Fantastic
Is
series.
it, okay, I'll have to look
Yeah.
into it. But yeah, I that like
I'll be darned.
the
I'm
only
impressed.
person I don't like in that movie,
He's Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
You're gonna see it.
Don't like her.
I'm feeling a theme here.
I don't
love
think
Kate
I don't
McKinnon.
think she's a great actress.
well, she's a.
But at the same time, I think it's because she plays roles that I don't like.
Yeah.
So like you're made to not like that person
Yeah.
in the movie, and no one likes that person in the movie, but she's really good at it. So she's probably a good actress, but I don't like her because she plays roles I don't like.
Did you?
Yeah. No, are you
What
not a
about all the
Saturday Night
SNL
fan?
stuff?
I like like older Saturday Night Live. I don't like
you're
newer
one of those
stuff.
people.
You're one
But like I like there's some skits with like Pete Davidson that were really funny.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, there's some skits I'll watch that are like hilarious, but
Yeah,
like,
I can- I
overall,
hear
I
that.
can't sit through Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I love Saturday Night Live.
I liked Mad TV growing up.
I love
Spy
love
versus
Mad TV
Spy.
too.
Like
Yeah.
it just was more entertaining.
Did you
for
watch
me.
the Barbie movie?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
I had no
It's good.
interest.
Kate McKinnon's in it, so I don't
Yeah.
mean to break that to you.
I've seen so. I was debating on watching it for the longest time, and I saw a more recent trailer after it had come to streaming services. There was a trailer for it. I was like, okay, that is not at all what I thought it was going to be like.
Mhm.
Oh, it's good.
This actually looks entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have yet to watch it.
I think it's on
But-
HBO.
It is.
Yeah.
HBO.
HBO,
I think it's on Hulu now too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
I know it's
I
on
don't
a
know.
bunch of
did
them
you
now,
watch
so-
Barbie?
Yeah, I just watched it like last week.
Yeah,
What'd you
I
think?
watched
Yeah,
it
I liked
recently too.
Yeah.
It was good.
I've heard. I've heard
different than I thought it
haven't
was
heard any
gonna be.
negatives. So
Yeah.
you know.
Ryan
Greta
Gosling was
Gerwig.
great. Ryan Gosling delivers for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Oh yeah,
Sure.
He delivers.
Dave's bar is set so high.
Dave.
I have a
is
high
good-
bar.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of movies too. So
Yesterday though, I'm surprised. That was a good call. Okay.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's there. I had some. There's some honorable mentions, but
Yeah.
you know, I'll
All right.
talk about them later.
Kyle, what's
I'll
your
talk
what's
about
your-
him later.
What's your top 5, Kyle?
I did 6 somehow. I don't know how 6.
I did a bunch of movies too.
This is a hard list.
Number 1, The Matrix. The
Okay.
First one.
Love the Matrix.
Great. Number 2, Mad Max: Fury Road.
Okay.
Oh, so
Really
good.
on the
Did you see
they
the
were
trailer
doing
for the
it-
new one? They're doing her
What's
origin
her
story
face is doing it?
for Yosa, Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna
I
Taylor-Joy.
haven't
Yeah.
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 Oh, the trailer's good.
Number 3, Aliens.
Oh God, I love that.
The
Get
sequel,
away
right?
from her. No.
See,
James Cameron. Yes, get away from her.
Is that the sequel?
Yes, that's the one
Okay.
where it's the alien queen and
Yeah. Okay.
That was
That's the one
Reservoir
everyone
Endings.
thinks is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like. That's why I just.
The
Alien-
second
Aliens.
one was more action.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one was more of a horror movie.
Second one was so good.
Number 4, Snatch. You guys ever watch Snatch?
Yes.
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies of all. I
Brad
love that movie.
Brad Pitt.
Oh, he's a boxer.
Yes.
Oh, dude, that movie
Dude.
is so good. I totally
I
forgot
don't think
about
I've
that
ever
movie.
heard of
Guy, Guy Ritchie was.
Oh
yes.
my God, that's a
Snatch is
great
classic.
movie,
And
dude.
it's got a crazy interconnected story with every character doing something that
Right.
affects one of the other ones.
Right.
If you drew like a diagram of all this stuff,
Yeah.
it probably look like spaghetti.
Oh yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
watch Snatch. Is a
You gotta watch
great.
it, like,
It's a
5 times
Guy
before
Ritchie
you-
film.
Yeah,
isn't
Guy
it?
Yes.
Ritchie film. Yep.
It's good, man.
He's one of those bars that I've watched a couple of his films. They're okay. They just don't appeal to me.
Have you seen Memento?
I have. It's
Too many gangsters for Dave.
It's
It's too many
Memento.
things.
I watched a roommate of mine I lived with. He's like, you gotta watch this movie. So we sat and watched it, and I was like, that was really weird. He goes, it's a trippy movie, and then I was like, yeah. And I still don't understand it, and so it's just I think they're too complex for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm more of
Okay.
I'm a little more simpleton, but I
don't
want a
like
little more complex. But
Yeah.
that's too
I can
much.
understand.
So nothing against him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this
I
discussion.
think Snatch is the only one on my list that's not like a simpleton kind of movie.
How funny.
The other ones are all just
Snatch
good
is
action
so
movies.
good.
Yeah.
Number 4, 5, yeah, Terminator 2.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
A good one.
Number 6, I got 6 somehow. John Wick.
First
Okay.
one.
The first one,
Yeah.
the fourth one might be even better.
Fourth one's so good, Mark. I'm
Wow.
telling
Okay,
you.
I'm
man.
excited.
They're
watched
all.
that.
They're
I'll
all.
watch
I
this
have not
again.
seen a bad
Yeah.
John Wick movie.
Yeah, so good.
2 James Cameron movies on your list. Aliens 2 and Terminator 2.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Very nice.
Terminator 2, yeah, I saw that when I was 12. And
Oh
When he
my
steps
gosh,
on
I
the-
remember when that came
when he
out.
steps on the skull. at the
Yes,
beginning. That was
oh
the
my
first
God.
R-rated movie I ever watched.
Right?
And I puckered up so hard waiting for that. I was not expecting. They're just like panning over some like,
Yes.
battle hellscape
Yes,
kind
and
of
the
thing.
robots
All
were
of a sudden,
walking.
Right.
crunch.
Yeah. That also had a traumatizing scene where she like the playground.
The playground, the nuclear bombs
yeah,
going off.
Yeah, and it's the swing, and all of a sudden the death. Yeah,
And then when he walks into the bar and, he's having it with the bikers and beating them up and stuff. When I was a kid, that seemed like a really scary scene. But looking
Right.
at it now, they got like a Dwight Yoakam hillbilly song playing, and it's
Right,
hilarious.
yeah.
But back then, it seemed scary.
Right.
yeah. Very good choice. I like
Yeah.
it. All right.
So nothing in common in between them, right?
His movies are great.
Yeah.
They're not my top 5, but
Yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
Except like I said, I haven't really seen Snatch. I'm sorry.
You'll watch it.
I'll think.
You have no choice.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, it's also got a dude with a pig farm. because I don't know. I'm thinking Halloween episode with the lady with the big
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah, that's right. The guy, he feeds him
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
pig.
never trust a lady with a big farm.
It's good policy. All right, I'll go to the next one on you. I think you're going to have a better list than me. My number one movie of all time, and I had to rank it on one I could watch over and over and still just love and enjoy. It brings me laughter. Is Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie.
Okay, I thought about adding that to my list, but I don't have regular access to it, so I haven't seen it in a while. But I know it by heart, so it's like I just great
Funniest movie ever made. If you want something you're gonna laugh nonstop, like it's one of those ones.
so
It's
good.
only an hour and 20 minutes, but you laugh so hard. 15 minutes into it, you're like, I gotta pause and watch the rest later because I'm laughing so hard.
For those who don't know, Mystery Science Theater 3000, they make fun of old movies that are bad,
Oh, it's so good.
and it's like it's just so good.
They
though.
did a Titanic episode once.
They did, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. They love their stuff. Number 2 on my list, Army of Darkness.
Okay.
Bruce
Classic.
Campbell. Classic for me.
So good.
That was one of those movies that
classic.
changed my. We talk about your daughter liking horror movies now,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. If she watches Evil Dead,
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness is Evil Dead 3.
Okay. I'll love her.
Army of
I'll
Darkness,
love her.
but it's just Bruce Campbell. It's just perfect.
It's a boomstick one.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
my boomstick. Number 3, I'll go with the first person to mention a Studio Ghibli film, Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
I feel like I could have made your top 5 for you.
I knew it.
like you're naming these movies. I was like,
I
okay.
I haven't dove into those.
Number 4, Lord of the Rings. I'll go with the first one. I love the first one.
You could just put the trilogy there. It's fine.
I probably
won't
it probably
judge.
would be the trilogy. But
Look
honestly,
at my
love the
list.
first one most, and
the first one is probably the one I love the most because you get your first introduction to the Shire. The music's perfect. Like, it's not a bad beat.
Did you like The Hobbit?
I love The Hobbit too. I've rewatched those as well. And then of course number 5 for me is, and I'll get the first weird foreign film. It's called The Tiger in the Snow.
Okay.
It's made in Italy. It's Roberto Benigni, who was
I love
famous
Roberto
for
Benigni.
Life is Beautiful, the Holocaust movie where he's trying to teach his son. But The Tiger in the Snow is about the woman that he loves goes to Israel on a mission or something like that. She gets hurt and he has to leave Italy, and he's just a teacher. He's nothing but he's special, but he has to go to help her, and she's like unconscious. So it's him trying to save her life. Jean Renoir's in it. It's and there's a crazy twist at the end. It's one of the few movies I sat down. I had no idea how it was going to play out, and I loved it every single beat. Roberto Benigni is like I once read he's Italy's Robin Williams, and I love Robin Williams and I love Roberto Benigni. So there's my top 5.
Yeah, when he won the Best Actor, he like jumped on all the chairs and
Yes.
just got it to the front stage.
And did he kiss like Halle Berry on the
I don't
lip or
know.
something like that? His whole just a fun guy.
That's a tough movie to watch.
Oh, Life is Beautiful was rough,
Yeah.
but it
Oof.
was Elle, what's your top 5?
I did. So I got a few categories.
I love it.
This is so hard to pick because I love movies so much. And during COVID, I like binge watched so many older movies that I've always wanted to see and that I didn't get a chance to see. So I'm sure I left out a ton of movies. But probably my favorite movie of all time is No Country for Old Men because first of all, Josh Brolin, come on,
So good.
Thanos.
My gosh, yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones is
Yes,
Javier-
Anton
Javier-
Sugar or Javier Bardem who
Bardem.
plays Anton Sugar. It's a Cormac McCarthy novel, first of all, which is my favorite author of all time. Number 2, because I wanted to be James Dean growing up, is Rebel Without a Cause.
Ooh.
Number 3, Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood.
I do like that one.
I mean,
There Will Be Blood.
Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, come on.
What did he say? I'll drink your milkshake. Wasn't that the best line? ever?
He said something like, and oh my gosh,
Fight Paul Dano at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
He
good.
kills him with a pinball or a bowling pin. Number 4, A Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick.
Really? That's a hard one to watch.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, ahead of its time. Like I'm like, you watch that today and
Malcolm
you're like, how is this
McDowell.
not?
That's like the only movie Malcolm McDowell was really good in. I'm sorry then. Number 5, Internal Sunshine, Spotless Mind.
Ooh. First Jim Carrey movie on
I
this
mean,
list
Jim
there.
Carrey, yeah, he's funny and all, but I mean, his dramatic acting is just.
I really
The
like
dude's
him
just
The Majestic.
he's a genius.
He is.
He's just a
Majestic
genius
was
at work.
Yeah.
Movies, if they're on, I will stop and watch Top Gun, Back to the Future, Field of Dreams, because that's like my childhood right there.
Oh, that's a good list.
Kevin Costner is such a good actor.
Right. My favorite underrated movies, and this was hard for me because I have a lot of underrated movies that not a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
Number 1, Shotgun Stories.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah. It's got, oh my gosh.
Who's in Shotgun Story? Is that I recognize the title. I forgot who's in it.
Oh my gosh. It's been forever. He's been in a bunch. She was in The Shape of Water. He was in Boardwalk Empires.
Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi?
No. Oh my gosh. I'm going to move on. Number 2, Pool Hall Junkies.
I've seen that one.
Fantastic. Number 3, Green Street Hooligans with Elijah Wood.
I've heard
He plays a
that was
journalist in England, a soccer journalist, and he's like an undercover journalist, but he's like on vacation, and they find out he's like a journalist, but they don't like journalists, but like soccer teams.
I will back you up on that one.
So freaking
You
good.
recommended Green Street Hooligans to
Oh
me.
my
I
gosh,
watched that movie.
fantastic.
Way better made than it had to be.
Yeah.
And here's the crazy part about that movie. The woman who directed that,
Yeah.
because of how good that movie was, she made Punisher Warzone.
Oh, really?
So her first movie after that was a Marvel movie.
Michael Shannon. Who was
Michael Shannon is the
yeah,
guy
he's in
yeah.
Shotgun Stories. Michael Shannon. That's like, it's like families disputing over, like their dad dies, but he had like another family on the side, and the other family on the side is fighting with like the old family, and the dad names his kids like boy, son, and kid, and it's like,
Interesting.
I don't know, it's crazy, and it's a bloody mess. Literally, it's called. Number 4 is 5 Easy Pieces with Jack Nicholson. He's a piano. Like a genius piano player, and his dad has a stroke, and he goes back home, and it's a complete family drama. Number 5 is another James Dean movie, East of Eden. Have you guys seen East of Eden? Oh my gosh.
The only one I know of is Green Street Hooligans on that list.
Oh
and I
man,
haven't
East of
seen
Eden's
it, but-
so good. And then my favorite movies filmed in Oregon: 5 Easy Pieces, Animal House, Stand by Me, Fahrenheit 9/11,
Oh, yeah.
One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, Mr. Holland's Opus, and The Goonies.
Fahrenheit 9/11 was
Yeah,
in
they filmed
Oregon.
some of the scenes there in Florence.
interesting.
Yeah.
Those are my list.
You watch a lot of documentaries too, right, Kyle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you and I swap documentaries all the time. We just watch some weird ones.
King of Kong is the one that stands out. The
Oh yeah. Yeah,
the
that's
the
Oh, for Donkey Kong, right? It was
Yeah, for
Donkey-
the original Donkey Kong,
Yes.
and that guy pisses me off so much.
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. Oh.
What was the other one? There's a really good documentary about professional Scrabble players. That was probably the best documentaries I ever saw.
What was that one? That one was
Word
really
Wars
good
or
too.
something?
Word Wars, yeah.
I did
but-
not think I was going to get into that movie.
G.I. Joel.
G.I. Joe was one of the
Because
characters,
I have GI,
Yeah.
and so like that was back before like medicine was really like a big thing for it.
I did
so,
not
like
think
I
it was
related
so
to that
interesting.
character.
Yeah,
a little
because he would
bit.
get sick and he'd have to step away.
Yeah.
There was one of the parts was like the bad boy of Scrabble, professional Scrabble players. They have a tournament in San Diego. He gets so excited he's in San Diego. He goes down to Tijuana, gets drunk, forgets the tournament, makes it back within 1 minute before being disqualified, and beats the guy in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And he goes to his hotel room and crashes. I'm like, professional Scrabble player, that's just dirty.
I like the one scene where I think G.I. Joel and that guy like got
G.I.
together
Joel.
at one of their houses.
Yes.
And we're like, let's just put money on the game and just go, and they just kept going over and over and over again, and like G.I. Joel just like crushes him and just like walks away with like thousands of dollars from the other guy because he just beats him over and over again.
It's on my top
It's
10 list
insane.
now. It'll be number 10. That movie.
Word Wars is real
Word
good.
Wars was good.
It's
There's
good
a lot of.
documentary.
I watch a lot of random documentaries too.
There's a Monopoly one too. There's Professional Monopoly. I didn't know that. There's Professional Monopoly.
How those tournaments have to be so long.
I don't know. Yeah.
They have a different set of rules.
Yeah, they like they're slightly different. Yeah, there's like
Okay.
slightly different
Man.
rules, but it's crazy.
I watched have you there's like show dogs like
Yeah.
I watched one with show cats.
I've heard of this.
And there's like two ladies that were like bitter rivalries, thinking their cats are like they're like the winners. It's like one of the funniest documentaries I've ever seen. But they're so serious and into it, and their cats could give two shits less. Like, why am I here?
Is there a cat fight between them? Because that'd be amazing. I want to see the two cats. I wonder if the two cats like stare at
No
each other across the
spoilers.
way.
No
Yeah.
spoilers now. Come on. Yeah.
I love it.
I got a new dad joke book.
All right, new day.
Oh, a new
jokes.
dad.
Yes.
Oh, fancy.
I don't even know where to start with this because I haven't really read through them.
Do you have any dad jokes, Kyle?
No, not a dad either.
I'm not either, but I love dad
Let's
jokes.
see. I didn't pre-read these, so I don't know if they're good or not. I tried to sue my airport for misplacing my luggage. I lost my case. I was sitting in traffic the other day.
Probably
Probably
told there'd be dad jokes.
Guys, you know how I walk out. I'm gonna put sound effects of him
this
walking
this
down the
one
stairs.
doesn't get any better. I was sitting in traffic the other day. Probably why I got run over.
Oh yeah. I love those jokes.
What happens if you throw a green rock into the Red Sea?
I'm excited to find out.
It gets wet.
I love it.
All right, I'll do one more so Kyle doesn't get pissed here. What does a CIA agent do when it's time for bed?
I like he's already laughing before he gets to the punchline.
He goes undercover. That's a good one, Kyle.
I can't.
It's all right.
It's all right.
That's all I got.
I got one.
Yes,
Do it.
please.
Why can't pirates finish the alphabet? They get lost at sea.
Yep.
Dang it, that's good.
That's good. I love it. No, tell me the one joke you told me about the tumor. Remember the pirate one?
Oh,
Yes.
goodness gracious.
Yeah, okay, so it goes like a pirate goes to his doctor.
Oh yeah, pirate goes to the doctor to have some moles checked out.
Yes.
And the doctor goes, don't worry, they're all benign. And the pirate goes, check again. Last time I counted, there'd be 10.
Wow. That got Kyle? That got him? A pirate joke. That's where he's at with that.
But it's so good. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll be 9.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Okay.
Dave, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful episode. Very insightful.
When we interviewed, sorry to cut you off. When we interviewed Kyle, did we ask him what his favorite sandwich was back in the day?
We had a whole discussion about this.
Did we? Did we talk about your favorite sandwich,
Yeah,
Kyle?
what's your favorite sandwich?
Do I have a favorite sandwich? Boy.
Go to?
I feel like it's a Reuben, but
You think it's a Reuben?
No, I
gonna
think
say
I
it's
get
like-
like that between the buns in town. I think I get a roast beef sandwich with like pepper jack.
Oh my gosh, good
juice,
choice.
yeah.
All the they have a what do you call it? Pesto sauce.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
man.
pesto.
That's a good choice.
That's a good choice.
I don't eat roast beef anywhere else.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. Dave, what's your favorite sandwich?
I love sandwiches. Honestly, just a good veggie sandwich.
Okay.
Because I'm vegetarian.
Yeah.
So like, just lettuce, onion, bell pepper, some cucumber on there is good. And
Tomato? You're a tomato fan?
I can't do tomato.
Yeah.
I feel like it would add to it, but
Yeah.
I don't. And then just honestly, like hummus is really good.
Like a good spread on, like a hummus?
Just a good spread. Like hummus is good, but
Yeah.
I like just a good solid veggie sandwich.
I like how that's always our last question to ask people.
It's
Is
a
what's your
good
favorite
question.
sandwich? Like on our 50th episode, whenever we get there, we're gonna do a mashup of the question, what's your favorite movie and what's your favorite sandwich?
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
just gonna be the whole episode.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, good
All
times.
right.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much.
Where can people find us, Al?
Anywhere you get your podcasts, Mark puts it on YouTube, on Instagram. There's a little link on our bio. It takes you all to the directories where you find your podcast. If you own like an Alexa speaker, you can ask her to play the Oregon Files podcast. If you want to get a hold of the show, it's OregonFilesPodcast@yahoo.com or just message us on the social media. Thank you guys.
Beautiful. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.